Thank you for joining me here at the Research Her. Well, this is the show that is working to improve the health disparities for women of color, one topic at a time. I'm Alicia. I'm here learning and growing with you as we research our way to wellness. And I want to start off with, I just need a little something to motivate me. And this right now has been what is motivating me. And it's the idea that my story is not over. And this is for you, okay? Your story is not over. And it may feel like at times now, what you're going through, you're never going to get over it. It's just too much to bear. And it's so hard. Like, how the hell am I going to get to the next level? How am I going to get past it? Like, I didn't see this for myself, and now I'm here and I don't know what to do, but you will get over it. Time will pass. Keep writing your pages. Okay, you are in the midst of a breakthrough. You just don't see it yet. This is what I tell myself, okay, y'all? I be waking up in the morning and like having these inner pep talks, okay? Keep writing your pages. And if you don't like what is already written, you need to have a sit down with yourself and figure out how you're going to change this plot. Because you need a plot twist, sis. You need a plot twist. What is going on and why aren't you in a position where you like what's being written? You might not love it right now, but you want to get to the point where you love it. So take time to sit with yourself and just write things down. Be honest with yourself. Some people haven't even been honest with themselves in mentally for you to even write it down physically. So take that time out to sit with yourself and write down what you want to see. Write down what can be implemented into your life that will make you feel better about the story. Okay. And that goes into today's topic. I was listening back to episode 4, and episode 4 was about the 5 themes of forming a habit. And if you haven't listened to that one, when you're done here listening to this one, go listen to episode 4. I just felt like when I was listening to it again, I didn't feel like there was enough talk and enough dialogue about motivation, because motivation is the foundation for why we do everything that we do. Why do we wake up in the morning? Why do we go to work? You go to work every day because either you're going to work because you love what you do, or you're going to work because you love that check. In order to start making and forming habits, you have to have the motivation, right? Without that motivation, you will never start. If we want to live our healthiest lives and we want to apply wellness to our lives, we have to be motivated. If you don't care, you won't start. There was a quote done by Dr. Higgins, a professor of psychology at Columbia Business School. And he said the essence of human motivation is that we want to be effective. It's what makes us feel alive. We are willing to give up sensory pleasure and take on pain in order to be effective. If you go to work every day, you probably on your feet all day. And why? You're being effective. You're going out, you're being productive, but you come home, your feet are in pain, you rubbing on your feet. And that was you giving up your pleasure, your sensory pleasures, and taking on pain to be a productive member of society. So today, we'll be talking about the science of motivation and what research says about how we can remain motivated when we're picking out these habits that we want to form. Because if we don't like the habits that we forming, we not motivated to do it, it's just not going to happen. I want you to think about something. What truly motivates you? And are you looking to it to keep you going? So it's March, right? And we all started in January with this long laundry list of things that we would do this year. And you may not have gotten to it all. And that's normal. 45% of people drop their New Year's resolutions after 1 month. So it's pretty normal. You are not alone. That's one thing I want you to take from this. You are not alone in the drop in motivation. This is evident in the difference in the gym population in January versus it today. Now, when you went to the gym in January, it was popping, wasn't it? You saw everybody and they mama at the gym. But today, if you go to the gym, I'm pretty sure you get on all the ellipticals, okay? Think about that. You are not this person who is just like, everybody else getting so much done and I'm not. No, we all in this together. A lot of us are lacking in that department. Something else, it's not too late to get back on your shit. You do not need a new year or a new week or a new whatever to get you started. Start now, start today. So here's an example. Monday, I woke up. So Monday, March 25th, I woke up and I decided I want to go 30 days without eating meat. That's my goal and I'm going to stick to it. I just woke up and I was like, and I'll start today. I didn't tell myself, oh, you have to wait till next Monday because, you got to mentally prepare and get all the meat you want to eat out of the way. No, I woke up this morning and I said, you know what? I'm going to start today because what better day to start than now? Keep that in mind. And there is a whole science behind this. And it's not anything wrong with you for not feeling motivated. You are normal. And again, you are not alone. So we're going to talk about the research, of course, and then I'll share a few tips that have been keeping me motivated and a few things I picked up when doing some reading that I'll be using. Like always, if you have any questions about the studies, the sources will be in the description. This time I got a little help from ASAPscience, the American Psychological Association, and a few other sources. So you may have to dig a little bit more with these because I'm not putting the direct research paper link below. So of course, the big one, money. Okay, because all we want to see is the money. I don't really need that D, I need the money. Yeah, so we're going to talk about money as a motivator. I was actually talking about this the other day, now that I think about it, with my girl Brittany. She is the founder of Sisters in STEM. If you haven't done so, go ahead and follow her on Insta. She has a very great platform where she's highlighting women of color in the STEM fields. We talked about creating content for fun versus eventually wanting to make money. When I saw this study, I immediately was like, oh wow, this is relevant to me. It was found that when doing things for money, it is a great motivator. And the more money that subjects have been paid, the higher the drive for them to accomplish a particular goal was. When you are in a process of working towards like a complex task, like, I don't know if you're someone who is getting paid to code, but you're not really coding isn't like second nature to you, your brain starts to get split, but like your brain splits your focus between the actual task and then knowing that you get the money at the end in a way. And it takes those who are doing it for money a little bit longer to get things done than those who are doing it for fun. And another study showed that people who do things for a reward and those who do it for fun initially show similar activities throughout the brain. But when the people who was originally getting a reward for doing an activity are then asked to do that same activity without any reward, they show less activity in their brain. Particularly in the area of the brain that is associated with self-motivation. So, for example, if you're someone who you really enjoy working out, you really love working out, you go to the gym, you work out, and you enjoy working out with others, and you tend to always lead the workout. Okay, I'm gonna lead this workout. And then you decide, okay, I'm gonna become a trainer, and you're making money to help people, get their best body. But then if you decide one day, or someone asks you, oh, can you do this for free? What happens is you kind of half-ass the job just because you aren't getting paid for it. We know this. I'm sure at some point in your life you've experienced this where you're like, I should have just paid to get this done because this just ain't right. What happens for rewards? It essentially cancels out our natural sense of play. And play is a really strong motivator for behavioral changes. You remember in episode 4, we talked about behavioral changes. And that is why 67% of gym memberships go unused, right? So a lot of people don't have fun at the gym. That's not how a lot of people want to work out. Some people like playing basketball. Some people like just walking and going on a hike. So the fact that people buy gym memberships is just them trying to convince themselves, oh, I'm going to work out, I'm going to do this. But really, you don't want to go to no doggone gym to get fit. So do what you enjoy doing to get your body right. Don't just feel forced to be in a gym and be a gym rat because everybody else is. And you got to be intentional about what is motivating you to do certain things. So, for instance, people who focus on weight loss when they're exercising, it was found that they spend 32% less time. So, about 1/3% less time exercising than those people who exercise because they want to feel better and on a daily basis. Another thing to consider is that completely being optimistic is not the best way of actually fulfilling your goals. So imagining yourself going to the gym every day for 30 days without any hurdles is probably not the best way to go. A study showed that women who envisioned themselves quitting smoking without thinking through any obstacles that they would approach were less likely to reduce cigarette consumption over those who actually thought up and came up with ways of overcoming obstacles. So, for instance, let's say you said, okay, I'm going to wake up every morning at 5 o'clock and I'm going to be at the gym. And one day you wake up and it's 5:30. Well, you hadn't planned on hitting snooze because you was doing it in your sleep and you didn't notice. Well, do you have a backup plan? Okay, so I'm going to cut, like telling yourself, okay, I missed 30 minutes of the workout. You're just going to say, forget it and just, ends up not going. Or you say, when I get there, I'm just going to do a quick, intense 30-minute workout since I missed 30 minutes instead of saying, I'm not going to do anything at all. And that's called the what the hell effect. It's a real thing. It's called the what the hell effect. And the what the hell effect is like you pretty much giving up on your dreams because you already fucked up. So a good example is, so in a particular study, I can't remember exactly what food it was, but what they did was they gave subjects like a burger or something like and burgers aren't bad. I can't remember what the exact food was. And then followed up and offered them ice cream. And what the hell effect was, well, damn, I already ate the burger, so I'm going to just go ahead and eat the ice cream too, just because I already ate bad. So what the hell? And that's what you truly want to avoid. So there are 3 main elements that motivate motivation, and that is autonomy, value, and competence. Researchers have found that perception of autonomy predicts the energy with which one pursues a goal. What does that mean? When you feel like you in control and nobody telling you what to do, you're more likely to pursue a goal because you feel like it's something that's in your possession and you wanted to do it anyway. So subjects in this study were given the opportunity to either choose a course of action or they were given a course of action. And those who chose the course of action were more persistent in fulfilling the task versus those who were told what they was going to do. And what that means is doing things that other people kind of force you to do. It almost feel like it's taxing on your time and it's stressful, and you feel so much pressure, and you're like, I don't gotta do this, I'ma stop. Versus if you do something and pursuing what you want to do, it actually feels more energizing. Like, I'm doing this for me, I'm not doing this because somebody else forced me to. So that's one thing that helps with creating motivation, is saying this because you choose to. Every day waking up and saying, I choose to do this. And I say that all the time. Like, when I go to lab, I never tell myself, oh, I gotta go to lab. I choose every day to go to lab. Not, oh, I gotta go because. No, I don't gotta do nothing. All I gotta do is stay black and die. So everything else, it's a choice. Okay, what else inspires motivation? Value. So motivation blossoms when you stay true to your beliefs and your values. And that goes back, we talked about this too with forming habits. You want to form habits that are in alignment with your values. And the same thing with motivation. So if you want to be motivated, you have to be motivated to do things that are meaningful for you. And the third and last thing that inspires motivation is competence. Devoting more time to an activity improves your skills and your sense of competence, like it becomes second nature to you, or it just becomes something you feel comfortable doing. So once you feel more competent in certain activities, you tend to feel more of a drive to participate in it. That's why I think school is so hard. And a lot of the retention is about that first year, because that first year you're like, what the hell how did I get here? And you don't know what's going on. It feels like you just walked into the middle of a conversation and everybody just talking a different language. But towards your third year, you're like, oh, I can get the hang of this, and you get past, it's almost like activation energy. If you know the activation energy, okay, I'm doing okay. It makes sense to me. So it's just like going up a hill. You going up a hill, and once you get up the hill, it's almost like smooth sailing from there. That goes back to competence, essentially. Once you feel like you are comfortable doing something, you tend to be more motivated to stay in that arena. So studies were done with different sports, music, and academics that support this. On another note, be someone who credits your talent to hard work, because it can work in your favor. When you believe that your effort fosters excellence versus being someone who just thinks that people who have skills just have these innate abilities, you're always inspired to keep learning. Just because someone seems to it comes natural to them, that doesn't mean they don't work their ass off. So always keep in mind that your talent is something that you can create. It's not necessarily something that's given to people. I'm obsessed with the number 5. So I'm going to give 5 ways that I stay motivated. 1, I put my goals somewhere that are visible, where I can look at them every day, alongside like phrases. So for instance, on my desk in lab, I have a little flashcard that says, get your PhD. It's just that's all it says. Get your PhD. Because I need that little 3-word phrase to remind me, you not here to work on the research her. You not here to be on Instagram. If you want your PhD, Instagram ain't gonna get it. So guess what? Get off. And also, by putting my goals up, I am capable of always constantly reminding myself. So in the past, my goals have always been on my computer. I use, is it called OneNote? It's called OneNote. I use OneNote to kind of track what I do on a daily basis, and I keep my goals right on the right side of my tracker of what I do on a daily basis. And like I said, the phrase get your PhD works for me, but that may not be the phrase that works for you. So of course you want to find different sayings that help you. Number 2, I set big goals and then I break them into smaller goals that can help me get to my bigger goal. So for instance, when I am in the process of writing a manuscript, my big goal is writing a manuscript. But the smaller goals are write the materials, write the methods, write the intro, put notes, and actually I write it out too. So I do write the intro, and that's because then I can go through and check off each one versus just looking at write the manuscript. Because I'm just looking at write the manuscript, it's always going to feel too overwhelming and I'll never do it. And number 3 is something that I'm still working on, and that's planning the night before. I have been trying to tell myself to do this for years, and I'll do it for months at a time, actually. And then the what the hell effect ends up happening. And one night I'll go without planning and I end up snowballing, not getting back to my nighttime preparation. But what planning at nighttime does is make it so in the morning you got no excuses. So if you wake up in the morning and your gym bag is already packed, you grab your bag, you go. You know, you throw in clothes and all that, but you grab your bag and you go. And it's not a matter of, oh, I got to do this, I'm not going to have time, and da-da-da. You are. And by the way, not having time is a trigger for me. You always have time. As long as you're on this earth, you currently have time. It's like, what are you prioritizing? How are you prioritizing your time? Go back and listen to Aint Got No Time episode. And number 4 is I'm going to start using social media to hold me accountable. I have done this a little bit, but not on purpose. Like I used to post pics when I get to the gym, but not consistently. But I'm going to pick some goals and I'm going to start posting my goals on Instagram and on Facebook and kind of ask my friends and my family to hold me accountable and like, hey girl, checking in. I thought you said you was doing 30 days. Vegetarian, why, where's the meal at? I want to see. Probably not this week or next week, but starting in April, only because I'm catching up with a lot right now. So I want to prioritize my catch up and then I can muster it. There are some people who do this really well. They have whole Instagram pages just dedicated to their fitness journey, and some of them have thousands of followers, and there are some that have 10 and 100 people following them, and it's just them posting about their journey. And you don't have to care about what anyone says. You can have your personal page that's about you and what you got going on. If you don't want to share your journey on that page, go and make you a separate page that is just about your journey, and have a few people follow that page that will be like, shorty, you wasn't in the gym on Monday like you said you was gonna do. And number 5, always remember that you are choosing to work towards this goal. So I am always choosing to work towards what I'm doing. So whenever I start feeling like anxious about something, be like, girl, you chose this. This is your choice. So I want you to do this little tiny assignment. Find out what your current biggest goal is. Whatever it may be. Like workout goal, food goal, man goal, plan goal. I don't know what your goal is. And then answer these questions. Are you ready? That wasn't the question, but are you ready? Here are the questions I want you to ask. Do you feel like you have to do it, and why? 2, is it in alignment with your values? 3, do you truly believe that this is something that is possible for you to do? And what I'm asking for you to do is, if 1, you answer no to any of these questions, you need to reconsider if this is your goal or if this is society's goal. If this society kind of telling you what they need you to do or what they expect from you. Because if it's not your values, who values is it? Who values are these? So yeah. When you're done, reach out to me on social, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at The Research Her or at theresearchher.com, and let me know what you thought about the questions and share with me what your goals are if you want to. Yeah, my mission with this podcast is to build us up and make us want to be healthier and wealthier. So I love when you reach out to me and let me know what you're taking, even if it's just one thing from the podcast or from my social media accounts. Don't be afraid to reach out. Talk to you later.